Brothers and sisters, welcome to our today's program of NJO LEO. Today is the day of the 12th of November 2018. My name is Odon Bulamba. I'm the presenter of this program, and I'll present it to you for the next 15 or 20 minutes, and all our program will focus just on the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Before taking longer, let me start by giving to you the headlines of our today's program. For the presidential elections in the DRC, Martin Fayulu has been nominated as a candidate or common candidate or unique candidate of the opposition. Although he was nominated as a unique candidate, another group of the opposition declares that Fayulu's choice is an expression of a programmed failure. We will go to Nord-Kivu, where 6 family members die in Kiziba fire. And in Ituri, we are in Bunia, exactly in Bunia, arrest of 8 suspected armed robbers. And in Beni, precisely in Maimoya, 5 dead and several missing children in the new incursion of ADF rebels group. So these are the points that we are going to communicate. These are the points that we are going to develop for the next 20 minutes. So at the end of the program, I will just pick up one point that I will try to comment on. And that point will be about the nomination of Martin Fayulu. Straight away, let us go to our point. Our news in details. On November 11, the leader of the political party Engagement pour la citoyenneté et le développement SID, Martin Fayulu, aged 62, was elected as a unique candidate of the coalition of the opposition of the Congo. The new coalition is known as Lamuka. Lamuka means wake up for the coming December 23rd presidential election. As a reminder, the opposition has been working hard on how to put together a common program, a government as well as a financial plan to support the coming election. Thanksgiving were addressed to Kofi Annan Foundation as well as to all of the other actors for assuring the mediation of this meeting. Fayulu appeared in the defense of credible elections. In the final communication of the opposition in Geneva, the Lamuka coalition, Wake Up Coalition, insisted on the quality of the elections to come. If the conditions they mentioned in their declaration, in their communique, are not met or will not be met, then the application of Article 64 of the Constitution of the DRC will be put into action to avoid any type of election parody. Although Fayulu was nominated, was accepted, was chosen by the other pillars of the opposition or the other 7 big political actors of the Congolese opposition, some of those people, some of the members of those political platforms were not happy. Martin Fayulu's choice as an opposition competitor was not automatically accepted by some members of the Lamuka Alliance. Some executives of the UDPS, of UNC, and Together for the Change have openly expressed themselves against this designation. In fact, Mr. Molendo Sakombi, the interfederal president of the UNC in the city of Kinshasa, is not impressed by this choice. He said, "I don't feel like we have picked up the best horse." However, he invites the opposition notwithstanding to mobilize in the face of the challenges of the legislative. For Adam Bombole of the Platform for Change, it is axiomatic, it's obvious, it is a failure established in advance in the next presidential election, he said. He added, "Let's take a date. Today the opposition has lost the elections. All the rest will be formalities," he tweeted. Augustin Kabuya, the Deputy Secretary, General Secretary of the UDPS, for his part, he explicitly told Top Congo FM that the idea of having a unique candidacy was a terrible idea. Immediately after saying that, he reported that today, on Monday, 12th of November, by the decision of the Secretary General Jean-Marc Kabund, the UDPS is going to hold an extraordinary meeting. However, Olivier Kamitatu, Chief of Staff and spokesperson for Moise Katumbi, speaks of an accomplished mission. He said, "Mission accomplished. Farewell to the old demons of the division. To put an end to dictatorship, they outdid themselves, thanks to the 7 leaders. Their announcement in favor of Martin Fayulu is a promise of victory. With a common candidate, the alternation is no longer wandering dream." And of course, for Eva Bazaiba, the Secretary General of MLC, Jean-Pierre Bemba's political party, she declared that Fayulu is a compromise candidate. Straight away, we go to Nord-Kivu, where in Kiziba, Nyiragongo territory, on the night of Saturday towards Sunday, 6 members of the same family were killed in a fire in their homes. That incident took place during the night around 11 p.m. and the house was just built in timber. No one can tell. So far, there is no evidence and no one can tell what was the cause of the fire. It still is unknown. The victim of the fire were 2 adults, 2 parents, and 4 children. The mother and 4 children. The mother and 4 of her children, of her 6 children, were in a deep sleep when the house caught on fire. The father and 2 other children were rescued, but however, they were also burnt to a certain degree. They were rescued by neighbors who quickly took them to the local hospital, in Dosho Hospital, in Sebeka Hospital in Dosho, around Goma. Few hours later, although the father was rescued, but because of his severe burns, he passed away, he succumbed, he died. The 2 orphans, the 2 remaining children, who were also burnt, they are in critical conditions at CBCA Hospital in Goma. 4 neighboring houses were also damaged, but without a loss of human life. As I said, the cause of the fire still is unknown. Our condolences to this family and to all the people of the area. And we say thanks a lot for those neighbors who intervened to rescue the family or the children or the rest of the family. We'll go straight away to Ituri, where between Saturday 10th towards Sunday 11th of November, the police arrested 8 alleged crooks, bandits, and among them was a woman. Those bandits have been operating using rifles in the town of Bunia. These robbers were surprised, they were caught in surprise while they were stealing from an individual house. The commander of the police in Ituri pointed out that there is a court of law, among those thieves, there are some of them who are actually under a court procedure. And the wonder is, how comes that they are under the court procedures and they are somehow assumed to be under the law, but they are outside continuing to operate? After the police has caught them, after the police sent them, those robbers managed to fight back. They opened fire to the police, and the police, luckily, they arrested them. They were capable, they were able to arrest them, to put all of them under arrest, and found with them that they were in possession of military effect. One of those bandits has escaped. The same night of Saturday towards Sunday, in Imudzi Pela district, another alleged bandit was also apprehended and tortured by the population. Following the intervention of the police force, this bandit was rescued. The same Saturday towards Sunday, in the locality of Maimona, which is located on a road, National Road number 4, in the territory of Beni, we still are in Nord-Kivu, more than 5 civilians were killed in a new invasion of the alleged Ugandan rebels of Allied Democratic Forces, ADF. One person was shot and wounded, and 3 children were abducted. Patrick Muswabo, president of the Maimona Civil Society, said it was around 10:30 p.m. that we heard shooting in our area, and we directly believed in the soldiers who were going to who were drunk, and they were doing this around the city. Unfortunately, it was the rebels who had just killed 5 people, including 1 woman and 4 men, and among those men were a pastor and his son. And they have also wounded another man, and the 3 children were taken, so far were kidnapped, so we don't know their whereabouts. Many of those people were killed inside their houses by firearms, and the 2 others were killed just in their backyards. The armed forces of the Congo intervened really late. The same Saturday in Boikene and Paida, neighborhood of Rwenzori community in the city of Beni, 2 other attacks occurred and left 2 people dead, 1 soldier and 1 civilian. The first attack in Boikene was attributed to ADF rebels. It took place around 11 p.m. on Saturday, as I've just said, 10th of November, at 300 meters by the Okapi Palace Hotel in Boikene. A woman was killed by a machete at her home. 5 people, including 2 children, are missing from that attack. A Toyota RAV4 brand was also burnt. The attackers set fire on 2 houses before heading to the bush, taking the east of the city. The second attack targeted a military camp in Paida, and this one was attributed to the alleged Mai Mai militia. One soldier lost his life and another one was injured. As I usually say, as I always say, those militia, man, those attackers, those bandits are just the people that have been trained, have been supported by the government of the Congo in order to bring fear, to grow up a fear in the population of the Congo, so that election can never take place in such a situation of crisis. Nothing can change and Kabila can continue to be on power while the country is going through disaster. So this is the end of our news, but let me do a few comments about the nomination of Martin Fayulu. Martin Fayulu is a Congolese guy. He has been in politics for a number of years now. Many people have known him, and those who don't know him, they can maybe start to find out who he is. So, those 7 pillars of the opposition of the Congo, the 7 leaders of the 7 big political platforms of the Congo have decided to present, they have elected, I should say, Martin Fayulu as their unique candidate who is going to represent that group, that platform, a coalition which they have named as a Lamuka to the coming elections. Lamuka means, as I said previously, wake up. Wake up. Although Martin was chosen by the 7 members of that panel, that does not please to all Congolese. Some Congolese people who are even who are members of those platforms, they have clearly said that they are not ready to accept Martin. Some people believe that, you know, UDPS have been in opposition for more than 30 years. Why UDPS couldn't lead the country? Why not the candidate should come from UDPS? Other people have talked about UNC. Other people have talked. So there are different opinions about the candidacy of this person. However, because the leaders of those platforms have chosen him, we have to see what is going to take place. We assume that they were given maybe a delegation, a power to choose that candidate. Possibly by their political parties or by their political platforms, because they are only representatives and the choices that they have made that reflect the views of not them as individuals, but they reflect the views of their political parties or political platforms. Therefore, one will say that those political platforms have chosen Fayulu. There are resistances which have been showing up, and some political parties have started to bring people to meet together, to invite people to come and talk together about this choice. It may end up that this opposition will split in views and opinions if their leaders don't handle the situation carefully. So therefore, it will be very, very important for all Congolese to understand that, okay, Fayulu has been chosen, but that's not the end of the marathon or the practice or the end of the drama, if you want. There is a challenge in front of us, and the challenge is to go to the election. It's a good step to find a candidate who will represent those 7 people, but still we have to face the realities of the elections. And those realities are voting machines are there, all those mistakes, all those setup which were made in order to trick the elections are present. How are we going to deal with those. And for Fayulu, he said he will fight, he will continue to fight for the voting, against the voting machine. He'll continue to fight against all those mistakes which are there presently in order to facilitate Kabila and his team to win the election. Therefore, we expect that because we have got only 40 days to go before the election, 40 to 42 days to go, it won't be possible to remove those voting machines, to change everything within just, this period of time. It's not enough. Therefore, we can project and see that the election won't take place. People instead are going to stand up to go for what we are calling to apply their Article 64 of the Constitution of the Congo. And talking about that Article 64, I can remind you, this is what we are going to talk about next Saturday during our reflection time. We'll focus on Article 64. What is going to happen? How are we going to apply it? What should be happening? Martin Fayulu was elected in two rounds. In the first round, as you know, the 4 candidates were allowed to vote, while the 3 were asked to leave the room. Then the second day, all the 7 met together to continue the vote. But for the first day, on the first day, the 4 who voted, they came with the result that, Fayulu and Matungulu were the final candidate. And the 7, all together now, when they voted between the 2, it was proven, it was clear that the number of the votes went to Martin Fayulu. So Martin Fayulu won that election. For that reason, we Congolese people, we are invited to see now what should happen, because we have been talking about, personally I've been talking about, and maybe other people, we are going to apply this Article 64 of the Constitution of the Congo. It's time now for the leaders to find a leader, which they have done. That's so great. Now we have to move to the next step. How are we going to apply this Article 64? How should we go with it? How should we move forward with this Article 64? From where to start? And where are we going to head? Many people have said, yeah, that is true, Article 64, but we are not going to join in. Good. But we have seen what happened in the Maghreb, in the northern part of Africa, where population of those nations, they went just outside on the street and asked for their government to resign. And it worked. Because if we say that we have to go to the elections with all those treachery, all those plans, all the dodging system which have been set up, no one will win this election. It will be a disaster. But if the people of the Congo can go out and apply this Article 64, which is constitutionally accepted, it's a part of our law, which is better, in a better position compared to the machine, the voting machine, which are not a part of our laws, neither part of the electoral laws. So the Congolese have the right to stand and to pass on to action. And their actions will be accepted. Their actions will be, recognized as such. And we say thank you for the political actors who have also listened to our message about finding a candidate, a common candidate, and then instead of wasting time to draft a program which will lead the government after the elections, they should first of all think about this operation Lamuka, which means wake up. And when someone wakes up, we know that sometimes when you wake up, you feel a little bit dizzy, tired. You are not really 100% back onto the planet, into this planet. Someone has to be there to move you around, maybe to give you a glass of cold water, maybe to talk to you, you know, and you have also to make an effort to come completely outside or out of that sleep. Then you can pass on to actions. And the Congolese people, we shouldn't go back, because some people, you know, you can wake them up after some time. If you don't keep them awake, they go back and sleep again. So we shouldn't sleep back. We shouldn't go back to sleep again, but we should open widely our eyes, our mind, our heart for the dignity of our nation, for the dignity of ourselves, and move forward for the success of the DRC. And for those who are a little bit, you know, different, they don't want a FAYULU, we should say that this is maybe the time to come together, because the leaders of those 7 groups have accepted it. Come together, support them, accept their unity, and let us also be united and move forward. The rest will come later. We can fix, we can repair the rest later. It's time, first of all, to see what is coming in front of us. On the other side, because not only those 7 people who met are the only 7 people who are, you know, candidates or their platforms are going to vote. We have got other political parties, other opposition members who also in Kinshasa have been choosing their unique candidates. And you are asking those ones to, whenever they bring their candidates, they should also remember that we are going to apply this Article 64. Better to come with their candidate and a plan. How are we going together to apply it? They are supposed to join the others and make a strong, make a force, if you want, a powerful group which will move forward for one common objective. And that one common objective will be to remove Kabila from the power and to see the regime collapsing or leaving the country. So I'm going to stop there by telling you thank you very much for taking time and for watching us. If this is your first time to watch our programs, we'll invite you to click on the subscription button so that you can subscribe, and whenever we publish, you can be online. If you are watching us on Facebook, please go back to YouTube on NJO LEO channel and subscribe from YouTube. Furthermore, from time to time after watching us, click on like. By clicking on like, that will help our videos to be, you know, at a higher rank if you want. It will be a promotion that you are giving back. You are giving to us as maybe a reward or an appreciation. That is really, that means a lot to our channel. That means a lot to us. And if you want to be alerted whenever we start our programs, click on the bell down there, and from that bell you can know that these people are online, and then you can watch us. For the rest, I will say thank you very much, wishing you a wonderful day, wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, or wonderful night. May God bless you, may God bless the Congo, may God bless our nation, may God bless our country. We will continue to be one, we will continue to move forward in unity and with love. Your contribution and my contribution, your actions and minds, together we are going to win this battle. Thank you very much, and I hope to talk to you in coming hours. Goodbye for now.